Hello and welcome to another Microsoft Excel tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to learn about formatting the numbers. So here I have some values written out for each one of the students. I would like to give this a column heading of amount due. Notice that all of the formatting that was for the GPA column pretty much carried over, and we were able to apply the same formatting as GPA over to the amount due. But there are a few other things I want to teach you in this tutorial. First of all, when you click on amount due, it does not have a border around it as the GPA does. In order to do that, we will going to go under font group, under the borders, and we're going to choose outside borders. So that we're going to apply the outside borders also to the amount due. Then what I can do is I have two choices over here. I have an outside border and I have a thick outside border. So if I apply thick outside border, it actually gives a little bit of a darker border. And if I apply just the outside border, it gives me sort of kind of a lighter shade. Now notice the amount due does not have any border to the right hand side. The reason is because amount due currently is longer than the size of the cell in which it is being held. Now there are quite a few things that you can do over here. Number one, you can click back in the cell, and there is an option in Microsoft Excel called Wrap Text. So here it is located under the alignment group. If you click on it, it basically wraps the line and pushes the content onto the next line if it can't fit on a line. So now let me move away from this box, and you will now be able to see that there is a right-hand side border automatically added because it was able to nicely fit within that column. The next thing I want to look at is Andrews School of Sciences. Since I've added another column, this area is not within the heading, so I will now going to include it in the heading. It's actually a two-step process. First, you click on Andrews School of Sciences. So I'm going to click on Andrews School of Sciences, and I'm going to press and hold the Shift key and select D1. Now A1 through C1, that's one big cell, and D1, that's the cell which is not in the range yet. Once the entire box is selected, I'll simply click on Merge and Center. This will unmerge them, and you can see that Merge and Center has now been turned off. If I click on it again, it will going to now push it all together, and we're going to merge all the selected box into one box. So if you ever want to include more boxes in the currently merged boxes, you may have to select and click on Merge and Center once. It will unmerge all of them, and then click on it again so it can remerge all of them back. Now, here I have other cells. If I can click on these and I can say I want here all borders just like I have over here, and then all borders were applied. Second of all, what I want to do is I want to click on the cell location where I have 3.5. Notice the 3.5 is in a certain font size, certain font color, and all of the font properties that I have. If I want all these properties to carry over in cell location D3 where I have 1200, I will going to first of all click Format Painter. What Format Painter does, it grabs all the formatting of the selected item. Then I can go to the destination. Now notice, as soon as its item is selected, you see this marching ants around it. So now whatever is my destination, I can simply click, and notice the same format applies to the destination, even the background color of the cell. Now let's try it again. Now you can click on any cell. Let's say if I click on 102. I click Format Painter. Now I bring my mouse over the cell location D4, which is 1300, but this time I will not going to single click and let go. Rather, I'll going to single click, press and hold my left click. So I'll press and hold my left click. Then I'm going to keep coming down till I reach the cell location D13. And now I will let go of my left click. So now notice everybody from the first cell through the last cell automatically got the format. Now let me teach you how you can apply the currency format to a number. Right now it's a generic number. So again, just like I've taught you before, we will select all of these cells. Now remember, when you are making a selection, never select from an autofill handler, because it will end up overwriting all these values and make them 1200. Let me show you. All of them turn to 1200. So if I want to undo the change, here's the undo button. Now let me select them again. So I have all these values selected. Next, in the number group, I have this $sign option. I can simply click on it, and that will give my numbers a dollar format, where after every 3 digits it puts a comma, it adds 2 decimal places to the right of the decimal and adds a $sign. Now, if you ever run into the problem that I'm about to show you next, which is this problem. Now, what is wrong in this problem? You see a bunch of hashes. Anytime you run into this, the answer to this question is very simple. The format that you have applied requires more width than the current column width. So simply bring your mouse between the column and the next column, and you can stretch it. That's one way to do that. Or you can simply double click between the 2 columns, and it will going to automatically take as much space as needed. Now notice, since amount due can now fit in its given space, it does not need to wrap text anymore. So I hope you would have enjoyed this tutorial.